guys, welcome back to my channel. I just wanted to come on here and use the Jaclyn Hill palette and make sure I recorded the first time I used it and really just create a look for you guys that was going to be something nice and romantic for summer but still lightweight. So if you want to see how I got this look, just keep on watching. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and get started with a primer. I've already moisturized and I used my Bare Minerals True Oasis, which is just an oil-free moisturizer. Works for me since I know it's going to be hot out today in Georgia. So I'm going to go in with our Smashbox Photo Finish. Just a good healthy amount of that and spread it all over our face. First focusing on where you have the biggest issues with pores, which for me is going to be right here, just like most people. And I've already done my brows, so I'm trying to avoid smudging those up. Okay, so once you have that on, you want to go ahead and let it soak in for a second. And I actually like to use a little bit of like a hydrating spray, and so I have the Urban Decay Quick Fit. I'm gonna go ahead and go in with that just a little bit. Your skin a little bit more of like a dewy look, which is what I'm going for today, a dewy finish. So for foundation today, I'm gonna go in with the Clinique Beyond Perfecting. I cannot talk about this enough. Like, it is my favorite foundation. I can't get away from it. I can't stop using it, and it's just the perfect in between. It has a nice doe foot applicator, which comes out of here. I would prefer it to be a pump just for like sanitary reasons, but this does work. I'm just gonna spread that out, and I'm gonna go ahead and go in with my beauty blender and bounce that out. And I am avoiding my eye a little bit just because I like to put a pretty heavy amount of concealer on whenever I'm doing full coverage, and I found that if I avoid doing underneath there, it's less creasing, it's less cakey, and it just sets better. My perfect shade. I didn't even say what shade I was. I am in 9 Neutral. So once you've blended for approximately 4 hours, then you can go ahead and move in with your concealer. And I'm actually going to be using a combination of concealers today because it's my favorite. Kind of like, they work really great in tangent together. I'm going to go in with the Shape Tape by Tarte. Everyone loves this. Everyone talks about this. But for me, it's super full coverage, super great. It's a little drying, and so I like to go in with something a little bit more of like a serum base, which is my Bare Minerals BareSkin. They work really great together, and it makes sure that it doesn't crease, it's not too drying, and it doesn't look like crust, which sometimes whenever I just use the Shape Tape, it dries up and it's like. So I'm gonna go ahead and put, honestly, not that much. It doesn't look like much, but this stuff is strong. So a little bit down my nose, and just I'm gonna let that set for a while actually too. Between the eyebrows, and that's good. And then with the serum is where I kind of go in with that shape that you want, which if you do like a triangle downwards, that's gonna be where the light would normally hit you, and it's gonna slim your face up a little bit, at least in my opinion, so you'll actually see. I'm gonna go ahead and blend that out. And I put some on top of my eyes too, just because I don't really use an eyeshadow primer. I find that concealer and then setting it is just the same. It lets it stay longer, and it's easier to blend over. And so now we have everything blended out. You can kind of see that line down our nose really like slimmed it up and made it look a little bit more clean and neat. And you can see this concealer is so seamless. It looks so brightening. All right, and then so we're gonna go ahead and set the under eyes before we get some creasing, and I'm gonna go in with my Laura Mercier, and this is the translucent setting powder. A lot of people love this, even though they've moved on to like the RCMA no color powder, or I've seen a lot of people using different drugstore brands now, like Flower Beauty from Walmart has a really good one. I just prefer this because I spent so much on it. So I really want to finish using it before I go on to a new one, but it is worth the money. I could have. And you can already tell it looks so smooth and just like nice and clear. Once you have that, you can just kind of bounce it around as well. set the rest of the face. And for bronzer today, I am going to be using my Neutrogena Healthy Skin. This is very well loved, so it looks kind of shady, but it's a really nice mix of warm and cool toned little quadrants in here. And I've had this for a couple months now and I can't get enough of it. And I'm going to be using my Real Techniques blush brush to kind of bronze up my skin. And once you have the desired bronziness that I have going on, you can go ahead and contour if you want to. I like to do a little bit of a contour, just like a light underneath my bronze. And for that, I'm going to use my Benefit by, I'm going to be using my Hoola by Benefit. This stuff is tried and true. Everyone loves it. The brush that comes in is actually not bad. I do like to use it just because I don't actually bronze with this. I just kind of put it right at the top here of my bronze, and you can see it really makes a difference. And so for today, I really did want to go for like that glowy look, and I'm going to be doing 2 times the highlight, which is never a bad idea. So I'm going to go in with my Marc Jacobs Dewdrops, and this is going to be just like a step I do before I even go in with the highlight later. And you just need a really small amount. It honestly goes so far. I just do a little bit, and I'm going to blend that out in my finger. And really, you just don't even need, like you can already see, you really barely need the smallest amount of product. And once I have that placed where I would want it, kind of right there, and then a little bit on top of my eyebrow. Once you have that, I'm going to go in with my Beauty Blender and just kind of spread it so it doesn't, so it doesn't look like I just placed it on with my finger. You can see it looks really gorgeous. It definitely doesn't blend out easy, but it's worth it once you get everything looking seamless. It definitely looks really pretty. I had to learn that the hard way. The first time I used it, I was just using my fingers, and it literally takes away your foundation. So you want to be really careful with it, but the end result is worth it. Just for like an underneath of your powder highlight, it really is going to pop when we finally put that on. And for blush today, I'm going to be using actually a MAC blush. It is MAC Melba. Tried and true, super gorgeous color, just something nice and light for summer. And I'm going to be using my e.l.f. Flawless Face Brush for that, as always. That color is so gorgeous. You can see it just blends so seamlessly with my little bronze here. And now for the fun part, which I'm going to go back in with my Quick Fix, just so that the highlight is even more of a pop. For my highlight today, I'm going to be using Opal by Becca. This one is so gorgeous. And I just have the little travel size version of it because I would like to finish this one up before I dig into the full size pan. And I'll just take a little fan brush for that. I think it's really good for the tops of the cheeks and the bridge of the nose. And now we can move on to my favorite part of the video, the Jaclyn Hill times Morphe palette. Oh my gosh, it literally is like, oh. I'll go ahead and open that up so it stops reflexing. Look at how gorgeous these shades are. Like, are you kidding me? Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. So for today's look, I'm gonna go for something like light pink, and I want some sort of like a mauve-y outer corner. I was gonna do a halo eye, but I really think it would look gorgeous with just kind of like that classic darker champagne and maroon on the outside. So for the transition shade, I'm gonna be going in with this shade right here, and I'll put the names on the screen for you guys right there. And I'm already gonna kind of start to create that winged out shadow, just lightly. This shadow is so gorgeous. You can kind of start to dip back in there, intensify it a little bit. keeping it really low. Once we have that on, we're gonna just start to build everything up. I'm gonna go in with the shade directly below it. This thing is really too bright to even put on. I'm gonna go in with the shade right here. And you can see we already really have like that nice winged out effect going on here. And once you have that all blended out to how you like it, you can start going in with darker shades and building up that outer corner. And for that, I think I'm gonna use something kind of with a red undertone. I'm gonna go in with that shade right there. I literally feel like I'm holding up one of those color wheels, like I am Bob Ross. So at this step, it should start looking like something around this. You've got the darker colors, kind of going for that V on the outer corner. And I'm gonna go ahead and start blending more of a darker shade on the outside again. I wanna go with more of like a chocolatey shade, and so I'm gonna go in with that one right there. We're gonna go back in with that first shade we did, just to blend everything throughout the crease. And I want to go for some more intensity in that outer V, so I'm barely just going to go in really light with that darker purple right there. And it looks like I have the desired smokiness that I was going for. You can see I kind of have like that outer V going on. And so now we're ready for some nice bright and shimmer color on the lid. I've been really eyeing that color that's up here. It's like a gold pink almost. The only way to hold this without it reflecting like a halo in the camera is down this way. So I'm gonna go in with that one right there. You really can't even do this color justice. It's pink, but it has gold in it. It's so gorgeous. So I'm gonna go for that on my lid. The more you dig into it in the pan, it literally changes to gold. Like I just took the top surface of it and it's not even pink anymore, so. And I wanna go for kind of like a gradient effect on the inner corner going all the way to out, so it's light to dark. So I'm actually gonna pick up that really light shade towards the beginning. It's right there. It's basically just a white, but I wanna put that in my inner corner and kind of blend it out. And for that, I'm gonna use my E36. This is literally so tiny. But you can tell when you go ahead and put that in there, it pops so much, like you can tell the difference. So we have the eyes all done right now, besides the lower lash line. And so we can go ahead and pop some lashes on. Before I do that, I'm just gonna go ahead and put like a small upper liner on there. I have the Tarte paint liner, I'm gonna see. I have the Tarteist clay paint liner, and I'm just gonna do barely a line on top just so that the lashes I'm putting on can flow seamlessly. And this came with like a little liner brush. I actually really like it. And once you pop that on, you can see it's just like a little bit of definition. It'll be hidden when the lash band's on there, but it really does make a difference. And for lashes today, I'm just gonna be using my Ardell Demi Wispies. I love these things. They're so lightweight, they're so easy to put on. And for someone like me that barely ever wears lashes, it is super easy to be putting on. They are just gorgeous. You can see they're really light and feathery. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop those on. I'll be right back. All right, you can see I went ahead and popped those on. The glue's still kind of drying, so if you see a little bit of like the white glue, don't mind that. And once this is all the way dried down, I'm gonna go ahead and put some mascara on there to tie my regular lashes to my false ones. And for that, I'm gonna be using my Dior my Dior Show Iconic. It's like the over curl one, I believe. Yeah. So you can go in with that. This wand is naturally curled, so it's really awesome for getting underneath there and grabbing each one so that it really connects to the ones that you just put on top. So now we can go ahead and start working on the lower lash line. And for a little pop of color, just to go with like the pink theme, I'm gonna go in with my Marc Jacobs gel, I believe. It's just one of their hydro liners, and this one is so gorgeous. One of my coworkers was wearing it, and I could not stop asking her what she had in her waterline, and it was actually this. It stays on all day, it really makes it pop, and it's a really nice, easy way to add some color if you're not used to using any, and a lot of people wouldn't go for like a purple. It's this really gorgeous like lilac. It's this really gorgeous like lilac shade though. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop that in my waterline, and now we can go ahead and put a shadow underneath there just to like intensify everything. Going in with the Jaclyn Hill palette again, and I'm gonna use that same kind of like maroon that we had going on. I believe it was that shade right there. I'll put the name in the description. And you can see it really just made everything pop and just finish the eye look off. We're almost to finish. We can just go ahead and find a lip that we think will go with this, and we'll be done. Finished. I'm actually gonna go in with one of my favorite drugstore lips, and it's from Maybelline. It is their Naked Coral. It's a matte lipstick, and it is honestly everything. I wear it all the time. People always ask me what lip color I'm wearing, and I'm like, girl, you need to get it. It's drugstore, it's super long wearing, and it's gorgeous. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop that on. And we're done. So here's the finished look. I really hope you guys like it. It's super easy to achieve. Besides the lashes, you can always just go ahead and put on your favorite mascara and it will look just as good. Hope you guys like the look. Like and subscribe. Don't forget to leave in the comments what you'd like to see from me next, and I will see you guys next time. Thanks.